refocus, reprioritize, and also to pivot, and also to ensure that even as we adopt a balanced approach to one, confronting the pandemic, preserving livelihoods, and trying to prevent the negative, or to cushion the economic fallouts of the pandemic. Let me say that I believe that we have weathered the storm, both from a socioeconomic standpoint and as well as managing the health pandemic. And as Secretary of Finance, I think in accordance with the projections from the IMF, that we are well on our way to economic recovery, both nationally and in the Tobago context. The rest of the year looks fairly positive for us, both as an island and as a country.
Excellent. So let me shift a bit. The issue of Tobago autonomy has been a hot topic for quite some time. As we know, it would have gained a lot of focus, a lot of attraction, both in Trinidad, in Tobago and Trinidad. Do you think that Tobago autonomy issue will feature prominently in the election in terms of how persons will vote?
But I think it will be an important factor in the context of a number of things. One, we have to look at the fact that it was a missed opportunity to advance Tobago's development, and it was also a missed opportunity for Tobago to be afforded the opportunity to have a greater say in its development, in determining the way forward. And that missed opportunity must be placed squarely on the shoulders of the opposition and their partners here in Tobago, because we were invited as an assembly, as assemblymen to be at the parliament and to observe the process. There's also an opportunity for us to inform and speak to our colleagues in the parliament and to let them know what is our position regarding the autonomy process. And at that time, I was hoping for a bipartisan approach so that both sides of the assembly could say to the parliamentarians, listen, this is important for us. And the bill was good law. All the issues and concerns that were raised by assemblymen from on the PNM side and the assemblymen from the PDP, all those issues and amendments were taken into consideration and crafted into the bill that was tabled in Parliament. And I was surprised at the posturing and the position taken by members of the PDP in not discussing with their UNC partners that this is a good bill and this will advance Tobago's development. So it was a missed opportunity. And if you put it in the context of the budget presentation that was recently read by the Minister of Finance, we lost out on $1.3 billion additional dollars to advance Tobago's development. You take that in the context of what happens annually, where on the development program side, the allocation is inadequate to deal with our requests. So I requested over $1 billion in this year's budget, for this year's budget. I got $264 million, over 80%, in terms of what I didn't get over 80% of what I requested. So what that means for Tobago and Tobagoans is that we missed out on an opportunity to receive an additional $1.3 billion. Because what you want the allocation to Tobago entrenched in and in law. not just as the current Act 40 of 1996 says, a recommendation from the DRC, but what the new bill provided was a minimum or floor of 6.8%. And thereafter, we had options under the law to negotiate other revenue sharing mechanisms. So we lost out on that opportunity, and that I believe Tobagonians are concerned about that, and as that bill represented an opportunity for us to have greater autonomy. But when you place it as well in the context of the responses from some of the persons from the UNC, it is not surprising. In the recent bill that was tabled by the Minister of Finance, was sort of an omnibus bill with provisions, some amendments to the National Lotteries Control Board, but also an amendment to the provision in the Tobago House of Assembly Act, giving the Assembly the powers to borrow. All the PDP UNC partners indicated that is too much for Tobago. That why Tobago getting all that money. And in the context of the island's development, as is outlined in the review of the CDP, one of the constraints to advancing the island's development was funding and financing. And here was an ideal opportunity for there to be magnanimity to advance the island's development. But again, petty politics, thwarted the island's development, and the bill did not receive the required support. And as the Prime Minister gave a commitment, and this is the responsible thing to do, not to use the bill as a political football or tool. The bill will be brought back to the Parliament after December 6th. And Tobagonians will remember the fact that the PDP and the UNC partners did not give Tobago what is required, the required support, so that we can have greater resources to advance the island's development.
Interesting. On a TV6 Morning edition interview some time ago, Fali Augustine expressed the view that too many people are employed by the THA, and that PDP administration would look to correct that imbalance by, having the private sector take up the responsibility of hiring some of these people. Do you share that view, and how feasible is that?
Well, I wanted to twin that statement with a recent statement made by the leader of the PDP, Mr. Duke, when he said that before Christmas, people will be getting ex gratia payments. Mm-hmm. And it clearly is the policy and the intention of the PDP for there to be some rationalization of employment within the Assembly, and that should be a cause for concern for all right-thinking Tobagonians going into this December 6th elections. Because while the Assembly employs the Assembly and other government and state agencies, employs just approximately 60% of the workforce and the private sector, what you have is a private sector that is very small, and they don't have the capacity at this time to absorb or to expand or to increase employment. So when I hear those dangerous statements, is a cause for concern. And that is why as an Assembly, we have been providing support to facilitate the expansion of the private sector through enterprise assistance grant and loan programs, and through funding from the venture capital program. We have seen the creation of thousands of new business enterprise, and Tobagonians are now building out their entrepreneurial acumen, and we are seeing new businesses being developed. And as we continue to facilitate and to support economic expansion and economic diversification, we would see the numbers, those numbers reverse over time. In the Trinidad context, the numbers are 75% employed by the private sector and 25% employed by the state. And we are attempting to facilitate that by providing the support to the current private sector and by developing a robust entrepreneurial class. But additionally, to expand the private sector and to create new sectors in the Tobago economy, you need to attract foreign direct investment. Now, we in the Division of Finance and the Economy as Secretary, we have drafted the medium-term policy planning framework to guide the Tobago economy over the next 4 to 5 years or so. And we have identified a number of key sectors for growth. And again, we are not, well, let me put it differently. Tourism will be the focal point of our development, and that will continue. And we have indicated that by attracting a number of hotels and by focusing on tourism investment and by expanding our tourism plan, having 3 or 4 hotel brands, branded hotels on the island, we can create the economic expansion, facilitate the linkages with the agriculture, sector. Sorry about that. And other sectors, and creating economic activity within the island. And we started with, in 2013, when I came into office, we identified the room stock gap of approximately 2,500 to 3,500 rooms. So what that means is that we needed 2,500 hotel rooms. So we started the journey going to undertaking major investment missions. And we started talking and having discussions with various hotel chains. When the idea of Sandals came up, the excitement and confidence that it sent throughout the international tourism sector, we had a number of other hotel brands looking for land in Tobago, thinking about setting up in Tobago. The Marriott was one of them. And when they saw that Sandals identified Tobago, they are also looking, as well as the Apple Leisure Group. Now, if persons remember that the leader of the PDP took credit for running Sandals out of Tobago, not that the project was bad, but he said, when they get in, they will do it. Now, what he did was to cancel or to shift approximately $80 million in annual revenues from Tobago to other Caribbean destinations. And I want the farmers in Windward, Tobago to put that into context. Think about all the produce that you could from all the output from your farmland that you could sell in any given year. Think about having a guaranteed or ready market, and think about the loss of income from just that one project. So Sandals said, listen, we don't need this unwarranted attention, so they left. But the work continued. And in my conversations with the Minister of Trade, I spoke to her on a number of occasions about one of the most ideal spots for hotel development on the island outside of the Golden Grove Estate. She did a site visit, both on land and by sea. And given the fact that the land is owned by a Ministry of Trade, one of the companies under the purview of the Ministry of Trade, they led the RFP with Tobago representation. And now we have, hopefully, and we will be breaking ground that by early 2023, after negotiations, discussions, receiving all the CCs and environmental clearance, we will have a branded hotel here in Tobago. And what that means for the rest of the sector is that that's a major pull factor, and that other brands are now looking at the island and saying, once that deal is signed, we are also coming. And what it means in terms of economic activity for the island, all the farmers, you talk about employment opportunity. Besides your farmers, you have all your light manufacturers, all our agro-processors in Tobago. But as well, nationally, all our producers, all our manufacturers in Trinidad who are doing robust business up and down the region, they will also have a ready market closer to home without having to face all the challenges of an export market. So with that said, and in the context of the whole autonomy issue, Tobagonians will remember the efforts of the opposition to really prevent the advancement of the island and preventing Tobago from being afforded a greater say in its development and having a greater devolution of powers.
As you mentioned, the attempts by the opposition to thwart or to retard Tobago's development. In Trinidad, there are many persons in the opposition who are of the view that the expansion of the airport in Tobago is an unnecessary spend at this time, that it is not needed, that you don't have that many tourists coming to Tobago and so on. How important is this new airport in respect of all that you would have told us just now with respect to tourism?
We have to look at the airport as a game changer for the island's tourism sector. I have been traveling across the region for some time, and when you compare Tobago's international airports to Grenada, to Barbados, to Jamaica, I mean, it must be a cause of concern for any national, and traveling. Secondly, given the fact that the international tourism sector is very competitive, while we have the natural beauty of sand, and the flora and fauna, and we have an attractive product, if we don't have all the amenities to facilitate and welcome tourists to Tobago, that will serve as a disincentive for visitors coming to the island. And that was one of the concerns noted by all the major airlines, that we don't have a first-class lounge. The airport is too small if 2 or 3 international flights on the ground. Travelers are inconvenienced for a long time. And we have taken note of it. And we are, together with the Minister of Finance, we have embarked on a major project that will not just serve Tobago, but serve Trinidad and Tobago and enhance our tourism product, increase tourist arrivals to the country. And I must remind persons that tourism is a major earner of foreign exchange. And if we are serious about economic diversification, then when you look at both islands, Tobago is best suited to exploit that tourism niche. And in that context, we must make the necessary or the requisite investment in the tourism sector in Tobago to allow us to increase our contribution to national economic activity. So it must not be seen as a waste, but on the contrary, it must be seen as an investment, not just in Tobago for Tobagonians, which we agree, but it must be seen in the context of an investment in national economic activity and for Tobago to play a more meaningful role in national economic diversification. And once we have the tourism sector going. We'll be looking to exploit various niches, health tourism, and education tourism as well, where we'll be seeking to attract an offshore institution as outlined in my previous budget statement, and also looking at health and wellness, where persons can come and experience the clean, green, and serene, and the wellness of Tobago, and breathe in and enjoy some of that natural fresh air that we have, and that could, rehabilitate and get persons back on their feet in the shortest possible time. We have, modern health facility, and with additional support, we can attract international institutions here to partner with us, and we can exploit that niche as well. So together with all the various niches that we have, the nature seekers, the scuba divers, the persons who want to come and experience and tour all our ruins and natural attractions, and one of the oldest rainforests in the natural hemisphere, we'll be also looking to exploit additional niches.
Excellent. Mr. Jack, the sea bridge is critical not just for domestic tourism, but also it plays an integral role in respect to the Tobago economy, being able to transport stuff and so on. But there is an argument by not just the UNC, but also the PDP, that the PNM was responsible for the collapse of the sea bridge. But they never talk about the issues of the lack of maintenance that would have taken place with respect to the two ferries that we had prior to this administration coming in. So could you speak to that briefly?
Another false narrative and another false statement by the opposition and their UNC friends, because if you own a vehicle and for 5 out of those years you didn't maintain it, and on the 6th year it shuts down, is it that 12-month period that the PNM was in office that is responsible? So if you put it in that context, persons can see, listen, it's an irresponsible statement. Not only that, the UNC had the largest budget in the history of this country, 65 billion TT dollars. They did nothing to service those vessels. They didn't even buy a new vessel for Tobago. And if they so loved, John 3:16 is always my favorite litmus test. When people are talking about love, if you so love, you would give, you would demonstrate, and they have given us nothing. We got no fast ferries. We got no support from them. We got no additional subvention or support besides the bearers 4.03 minimum coming to the Tobago House of Assembly. And when the oil prices were much higher during that 2020 to 2015 period, the UNC government did nothing for Tobago. They did not give us autonomy. They did not give us the necessary support or financial flexibility to enhance and to roll out a number of government projects, important projects on the island. But on the contrary, they created a parallel unit mirroring the Tobago House of Assembly to undermine the efforts of the Tobago House of Assembly. And I don't want Tobagonians to forget, because what they are hoping is that we would forget their misdeeds during that 2010 to 2015 period. But the people of Tobago voted overwhelmingly in 2010, and they will vote overwhelmingly again in the upcoming elections to remind not just the UNC, the PDP, but the UNC that we have not forgotten. And I must make the point that the sea bridge is not just to facilitate domestic tourism, but the sea bridge should be seen as a national highway facilitating intra-island trade. And a lot of businesses in Trinidad, as well as those in Tobago, depend on the sea bridge for their profitability and for their livelihood. So while a number of farmers are indicating to us, as they did, that they need the sea bridge to supply the vendors in the Port of Spain market and the Aranguez markets and so on. A lot of business persons in Trinidad depend on the sea bridge. So it's not just for Tobago, but it facilitates national economic activity, and it gives Tobago and Tobagoans an opportunity to transport their goods and services at affordable rates. And I must remind persons again that the introduction of the sea bridge was done by the People's National Movement. We made that departure from that 7-hour travel on the panorama. When you come off the boat, you know, as people say, you know, you come from Tobago because you're smelling a diesel. So we enhance the People's National Movement, enhance inter-island travel and transportation, and we revolutionized it. And but I must remind persons, we did this in very challenging economic times, and that must not be forgotten in the context and a comparator when the UNC had a $65 billion budget, but they didn't see it fit to give Tobago what Tobago deserves. But that, you know, the budget as we found out after 2015, that those funds were in the pockets of their financiers. And the AG is now working very hard to bring charges against them. So, you know, when you look at the contracts, the legal briefs that were given out, some of the contracts for the construction of the Europe interchange and other, those inflated contracts, and that we are now recovering. So I just want to remind persons, come on, let us do a sober analysis. And let us be dispassionate and objective about what transpired during that 2010 to 2015 period and how Tobago was treated. I'll make this point before I end. There was an economist that was making certain claims about the impact of the shutdown on the sea bridge and its impact on the Tobago economy. Because in the Division of Finance, we calculated the figures and we met with the Minister of Finance and the team, and we were evaluating, looking at the impact, putting in the necessary measures, working with the Caribbean Airlines to cushion the impact and the fallout on the sea bridge. And we told the economist, please, because he came together with the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, share your data with us, because you are making statements and those statements are not in sync with our estimates. And up to this time, we are still waiting. I think after we made that intervention, that he stopped making some of the outlandish claims that he was making for political posturing. But again, I make the point, if you own a car and for the last 5 years you didn't maintain it, you didn't change the oil, you didn't change spark plugs, you did nothing, and the 6th year that it broke down, you can't blame, what happened in year 6 as a reason for, when that car stops working. So I want to put that on the table.
Nice. So Mr. Jack, we're almost out of time. So let me pose this final question to you. There is a view, perhaps one of the most echoed sentiments among persons who support the PDP is that they want a change. The time has come for a change. But I've heard very few of them articulate exactly what that change is and why they feel there is need for that change. So tell us, what do you think is motivating that sentiment among persons who support the PDP, and what are you as one of the candidates and the Secretary for Finance, how do you feel that you can change that sentiment within the remaining time that leads up to the December 6th election?
Tagged on to that statement for change is a reference to what is yet to be done and what is outstanding. And I make the point, as I was chatting with some young people, if I take an exam and I score 90 or 95%, I have passed the exam and the grade that I will be given is an A. And what the PDP, what they are skillful at is looking at the 5% that was not delivered and magnify it and tell persons we would take care of the 5%, these things that are outstanding. But they refuse to tell persons about the 90 or the 95%. And this is really the basis of their campaign. And tagged on to that is indicating that there is a need for change. And I remember the Honorable MP for Tobago West talk about change. You could have small change, you could have, no change at all. And I remember when this country went on that bandwagon of change in 2010 and 2015. And we remember that sorrowful, harrowing period in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to warn and appeal to all right-thinking Tobagonians. It's the same baseless claim that is being made by partners of the UNC, and for us to be careful. But I want us to look and reflect at how we have managed the economic crisis during that 2019-2020 period. I want us to reflect on how, as an administration, we have managed the pandemic most recently. And you make a comparison as to the management of the pandemic in Trinidad and Tobago with our regional neighbors. And we were celebrated for how we have managed the pandemic, both in the Tobago space, the national space, and how we have managed the Tobago economy during this time. We have not sent too many government workers. We have not struggled to pay salaries or wages. And in that context, we have managed well. And when you look at the transformation of Tobago from 2001 to now, under the stewardship of the People's National Movement, that in itself is a reason to return the PNM to office. And as a party, we have been managing well, and we have been responding to the requests from all Tobagonians to advance the island's development and to ensure that we continue our human capital development trust. So the question is there a need for change? And if we have managed well, and if you have done very well in your examination, and in terms of the overall management and stewardship of the resources of the island, then the answer is no. The answer is, if you have done well, what is required is a promotion or another term. And that is what I would want to tell every right-thinking Tobagonian. We have a saying when in Tobago, when you're in good house, bad house does call you. And when you under the loving and caring arms of the People's National Movement, please don't respond to the baseless claims for change, because the question has to be change for what reason, or change to go under whose management. And if what we have seen over the past 4 years as the leadership of Mr. Watson Duke is any barometer to gauge what kind of leader or what kind of leadership he would provide, as a Tobagonian, that is not the change I am willing to sign up for. We've had Mr. London. We now have Ms. Tracy Davidson Celestine as leader. And as a party, we have provided sober, transparent leadership that the people of Tobago can depend on. And at this time, we are the best option, we are the best vehicle to continue to govern Tobago and to govern Trinidad and Tobago. And together with the People's National Movement in Tobago and the People's National Movement administration in Trinidad, we are stronger together, and Tobago is better when we are together advancing this island's development. You mentioned the fast ferries. We could point on a number of projects. The hospital in Roxborough, hospital in Mariah. We now have the international airport, which was not delivered during that 2010 to 2015 period. And what we need now is not confusion, confrontation, and conflict, but what you need is Tobago, the Tobago House of Assembly, working together with the central government to advance this island's development and to take Tobago to the next level. So all Tobagonians, all right-thinking Tobagonians, I appeal to you, on December the 6th, there is only one choice. Vote for consistency, vote for experience, and vote for the continued advancement of this island's development. Vote for the People's National Movement on December 6th. And for those persons in Bagatelle, Bacalet, vote for me, Joel Jack, your candidate, to continue to provide effective representation with distinction. And let me apologize for the interruption, but that is my phone going off. You know, these Apple products, my iPad and my phone is linked, so my phone is ringing off. So I have a lot of calls to return. It's a pleasure chatting with you this morning.
Yes. And I want to thank you again. I mean, after what you just said there, I'm sorry that I can't vote in this election. You certainly convinced me, and I'm certain that a lot of people who may be sitting on the fence that, having heard what you just said there, they should have made up their mind by now. So, Mr. Jack, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. It was very informative, and I hope and trust that we can have you back before December 6th so that you could share a little bit more on why the person should vote for the PNM.
Well, I'll make myself available. It was my pleasure being on this morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Do have a good day.
Cheers. You too.
Thanks. Over to you, Bruce.
Yes, so at this time we are going to a break and we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Watch it now. Trouble now. Said that them a bad man, but them not know about it. Not know about it. And said that them a gangster, but them not know about it. Hey, gangster not rob old people. Gangster and petitive careful. Gangster not take things out of people. Gangster never pray evil. You're not bad. Through your score blue face, you're not better than Scarface shoes lace. Real bad man not catch no rape case. Real bad man never rock school. Them ask question me answer. So make me tell them who is gangster. Bob Marley, him a gangster. Marcus Garvey, him a gangster. Martin Luther King, him a gangster. Tupac Shakur and Garnet still them a gangster. Abu Bakr is a gangster. So when you take up badness for, say you are bad man and your mama still a my yard. Boy, you are idiot. Say that them are bad man, but them not know about it. Alliance win. No matter how you try, not every man will like you. Whoa, no matter how you try, them still are gonna fight you. Well, hold on now, let me tell you a thing. Bad mind is a hell of a thing. Damn, them watch your life we live in. But them not see how we work hard. Them not see the struggle every day. Say they wanna, you know the cliche. Why put your business all on display and them not go nowhere. Success talk, better move silent. Bad mind people are pre-violence. And them are pre all your finance. Not as if everything like pirates. Oh, the Bible say beware them, you know. Wolf in a sheep clothing, them a come for you. A spiritual warfare, you know. Jaja the boss here, you know. Every youth want to sing about God. Every youth want to sing about gun. Which one of them better than I? A lie. How much gun them ever buy? They lie. Who have more guns than I? But I bust my one for the most high. Me nah go court testify. Tell them this client when you go and die. Me know me waist and me not shy. Big bad, deep length and alright then. Righteousness man a free. None of them fool them not better than me. If you think you're bad with your tree, come test the most high you're dead in me. Alright then.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized with every digital measurement your eyes require to see at their very best. Apex Digital Lenses by Value Optical, the ultimate lens design for your eyes. Value Optical, expert care for your eyes.
Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylist Furniture Limited. 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today, 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylist Furniture Limited. Stylist Furniture Limited. For this time in you.
Hey Sabrina, you going to the Walk for the Cure this year for diabetes?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be fast if we ran.
Well, running would be better. I did run to the pharmacy and found glucocare from Himalaya for blood sugar control.
That's real amazing. And they say laughter is the best medicine, eh?
Yeah, and Himalaya Organic Bitter Melon and Gymnema are good for blood sugar control and pancreatic support too.
Seems glucocare is a safe, natural choice for controlling diabetes.
Himalaya since 1930.
Tobago, ready up. Tune in to our council meetings on November 9th, 11th, and 13th.
Ready up for the task.
On November 9th, we'll be streaming live from Roxborough. On November 11th, we'll be coming to you live from Wim. And on November 13th, we'll be broadcasting live from Patience Hill. All meetings begin at 6 p.m. on all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Hear from the political leader, Tracy Davidson Celestine, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
Feel the fire, feel the energy, a positive energy, and they cannot damage it.
Tune in, click, like, and you must share. And on December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
The Street 919 FM is bringing the Christmas spirit right into your homes, vehicles, and on your mobile phones like never before. Hey. with the best Soca Parang mix. Yes, join this exciting segment, Parang Soca Fever, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9:45 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 6:45 p.m. until Christmas.
This is Christmas, so about Merry Christmas.
Right here on your favorite Christmas station, The Street 919 FM.
This is Christmas, a sweet neighbor Christmas.
Sponsored by Shandy and Royal Cast. Our culture, our taste.
I'm Shumari Hector. Join me every weekday at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Street 91.9 FM, alongside my co-host, the Queen of Talk, Aisha Wells, as we address the many lies being told from those on the other side. We will be talking the truth and debunking the lies. We are on our way to victory. THA Elections 2021. Don't miss it. And like I say, activate.
It's only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
The Huddle Room reopens in partnership with Maracas Bake and Shock on Monday, October 18th. That's right, seaside flavor is in Central. Bake and Shock, aloo pies, kingfish, shrimp, and a daily menu of lunchtime favorites like stew chicken, macaroni pie, curry chicken, pilau, and so much more. Follow The Huddle Room and taste Maracas on social media. Bake and Shock is served from 10 a.m. and lunches from 11 a.m. We'll see you and your taste buds on Monday. The Huddle Room and Maracas Bake and Shock, the best of both worlds.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I can buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
Alright, thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny, do you have $488 to lend, man?
After all the talk during the week, don't switch off on the weekend and keep it on the street. It's classic soca and classic kaiso when you're liming with the live wire on Saturdays from 5 to 7 p.m. only on the street 919 FM. Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
TTMF Online Customer Service Center. That's where I go now for almost anything I want to do with TTMF. With my computer or smart device, I go online to ttmf-mortgages.com and voila! I can manage payments, request documents, or book an appointment from wherever I am. Convenience at my fingertips. That's TTMF's Online Customer Service Center.
TTMF. From here to home.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco, Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Pay attention to your fees. Understanding the fee structure and the amount you have been paying on a monthly or even annual basis in regards to fees associated with financial services is extremely important. Account service fees, annual financial planning service fees, investment account management fees, you name it. If you haven't reviewed and audited your fees yet, I recommend that you sit down and make this a priority. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of November 8th, 2021 stands at new positive cases 354, total active cases 5,685, total recovered patients 52,188, total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 59,658. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
But I not scrunter. Like Chris Ross and them one. Alright. Yo, Chris.
Hey, Emon, where we going with this Christmas, boy?
Well, let me start from your country now, boy.
We going Tamana.
Now we must touch Tamana.
And after that, we going Paramin.
I never go Paramin yet.
Check good skitty, okay, Rio?
Not curtain and the line up already, brother. Okay.
I'm glad to see the day Christmas come again. When friends and family come together. It left me so sad when they stayed away. But now things get much, much better. People dancing up, people hugging up, people living up for the Christmas.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of information for you. When it comes to power and performance, Carias Hard Wine has what you need to go hard. Fortified with Siberian ginseng, Bozi Babande, and honey goatweed, only Carias Hard Wine gives you So choose Carias Hard Wine and remember to sanitize, wear your mask, and practice proper social distancing. Please drink responsibly. Do you know your legal rights? Do you have burning legal questions you always wanted to answer for? Then let's talk legal. Join us right here on the Street 909 FM as we discuss legal information and administration at its finest. Every Monday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and Thursdays from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as we discuss matters pertaining to you. Let's Talk Legal is brought to you by D.L. Daniel and Associates, legal administrative firm. Let's Talk Legal, democratizing law. Right here on the Street 909 FM every Monday from 11:15 a.m. and Thursday from 10:05 a.m. D.L. Daniel and Associates, located on Taylor Street, Woodbrook, and our opening hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Huddle Room is now open in collaboration with Maracas Bacon Shack. That's right, Seaside Flavors is in Central. Bacon Shack, aloo pies, kingfish, shrimps, and daily menu of lunchtime favorites like stewed chicken, macaroni pie, curry chicken, pilau, and so much more. Follow the Huddle Room and Taste Maracas on social media. Bacon Shack is served from 10 a.m. and lunches from 11 a.m. See you and your taste buds at the Huddle Room and Maracas Bacon Shack. The best of both worlds. Also call 488-BAKE or 75-SHARK in the Port of Spain area. Welcome to Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. Our two locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Cragnish Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you. There's something for everyone at Lowlands Mall Tobago, where you and your entire family can enjoy a safe and superior shopping experience. All of your favorite stores, service outlets, and of course the food court outlets are open and ready for your visit. The food court outlet takeaway is still available, or you can dine in with a valid vaccination card. All COVID-19 protocols continue to be in place for the safety of all visitors to the mall. And remember, no mask, no entry. Visit Tobago's #1 family destination today, Lowlands Mall Tobago, with comfortable air-conditioned shopping and lots of secure parking. Tell your friends and family Lowlands Mall Tobago is open and ready for your visit. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will now be open full-time to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available for your safety. We continue to practice the established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. For all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand, don't forget Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, number 15 Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 632s. So yes, guys, Dominic, we are back on the inside.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, so.
Are your business
let's
still
move on to about Mr. Jack.
Yes.
Yeah, but hopefully he will come back before the election so we can pose those additional questions to him, such as whether or not the THA has the financial latitude to facilitate one, Mr. Duke's ex gratia payment promise, which is expected to be in the vicinity of about 20 million. And then he has also promised $10 million per district. So at 15 districts, there's 150 million plus 20 million for his ex gratia payments, 170 million. Where is that money coming from? Because the last budget would have been approved by the parliament, and the THA would have submitted their own budget and would have made certain requests. There would have been scrutiny of these budgeted expenditures by the THA. Nowhere in those approvals in the Standing Finance Committee was there any allocations for ex gratia payments and $10 million constituents district fund. You would think that somebody who is vying possibly to become the next THA finance secretary would know these things. But then again, when you feel that the THA is the PSA and you could do whatever it is that you want, take money from wherever, spend it however you want, and not be accountable to anybody, the individual will do well to take note that the THA is not the PSA. You are not God as you are, or some people treat you in the PSA, right? And you are subject, the THA is subject to the Auditor General, as he very well knows. So when he's making all of these promises about money for this and he will do that, just remember, these things were not approved by the Parliament and monies have to be found somewhere. This $10 million district fund, how is that going to be administered? Who is going to be responsible for that? Is it that he's going to give $10 million to each assemblyman? How is it going to be spent? What is the criteria for determining where this money is going to go to, what projects is going to be spent on? And see, you could pie in the sky, you could throw things out there and fool people. But when you don't get down to the granular details into these promises, right? Remember the UNC had that? They promised the $10 million constituency fund, which was supposed to cost $410 million, and then it was roundly and soundly thrown out by the economists and so on, and they abandoned it. Yeah, so Mr. do come back with that again, but if Tobagonians want to buy into that, well, so be it.
We shall wait and see.
Yes, indeed. You can open the lights, Bruce.
So guys, you can call us at 342-0081, 466-5391. Those are the numbers to call. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Vicky.
Morning.
And good morning to Dominic.
Morning.
Who's jealous, eh? Right.
I ain't jealous. I find your radio kind of loud this morning.
Okay. No. It's good?
Yeah, a little better now.
All right. So jealous. You know, it's a target, so this is to my boy. This is to my boy, Massachusetts. Have yourself a happy belated birthday. May your days be bright. From now on, your problems will be out of sight. Then have yourself a happy birthday now. That is from all the titles. Because you know that is one of our brothers, eh? No, yes. He's one of our titles now. So I want to say good morning to Mr. Malcolm, Miss Gemma, Miss Angie, Miss Thomas, Miss Abelmano, Mora, Miss Gloria, and, Mother Tanapuna, good morning, Tobago Titans, and those special friends of the Titans, Miss Monica Paul, the Brazilian here, and my educational officer, Mr. Chan. Morning, Charo. I'm going to look on and listen.
Yes, my dear. Take care.
Yeah, and I want to go on to you. I'm not hearing you.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Yes. So, guys, you can call us up 342-0081, 466-5391. Those are the numbers to call. Call me up. Let me know what's going on with you. Know that you're okay. Caller, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, calling. On the radio there?
Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, me really studying what in Uganda promises, You understand? But I'm going to still be voting for the PDP. Regardless of what.
Okay.
Yeah, straight.
No problem. So the lines are open, guys. You can call me up. Dominic, don't say nothing. Right. I see that all over your face. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, with what you want people to say the thought of the PSA money. The PSA money, so he's doing these things, so he will stop talking about the PSA money, but we're still talking about it. PSA wants the money.
True.
Right? And don't worry, they say that Tobago didn't do anything. They did a lot of things in Tobago for the 21 years. And who anything because they're blind. Okay?
Yes.
All right. But I'll be voting for them all the way.
Nice.
Okay.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Felix and Mr. Dominic.
Hi, morning. You're sounding very soft.
Morning. Very soft.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Bruce and Mr. Dominic. Are you all hearing me now?
Yes.
Morning.
Much better.
Much better.
Okay, so I just want to say good morning, a very good morning to you guys, so that you guys are going good.
Thank you.
I just want to let you all know that keep up with good work and keep the light burning. Don't ever fail and ever give up. Not ever fail, you know.
Yeah,
but just continue what you all are doing. And this is a really visually impaired person. I just want to say good morning to all the listeners, all the callers, 1285, and all my other people, Angie, Brenda, Mr. Derek Pierre, all the visually impaired people. You guys are doing tough at this time, but keep be safe. As I said again, Mr. Bruce, and to all the fighters and all the listeners and callers, you guys just keep doing what we have to do to be able to, stay afloat, because there's a lot of opposition, a lot of obstacles, but let's keep the safe people and keep on believing what is right and what is just and what is fair, and let's continue doing that. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Hello, President. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Right. Did you radio station?
Yes, it is.
Right. Good. Let me stop. That morning to the masses there. That guy who just talked and said, don't matter what he voted PDP, he had good. You say what's going on in PSC. You have so much a case before the court. Let me say, preventer, you win the election. And you come and get convicted. How we look on the international world, and you saying no matter what, you vote in PDP, something wrong with us. Our next question I want to ask Tobago, what had Dr. Keith Rowley do to all you for you to hate him like that? What makes Rowley do all you? I have been campaigning that kind of activist on the road. And I don't ask people that very set question. You know, some of them, they can't answer. They don't know what you do for with it. One of them tell me they don't like him at all because he said the harbor there is a duck pond. And that is why he hate Dr. Rowley like that. He not saying Dr. Rowley come the kind of development that take place in Tobago. But we want to stop that. When Kamala was in Tobago, when she get it 12-0, she broke wrong the airport. It galvanized right down just to hoodwink with to say, well, something happening. And not one thing happening. Dr. Rowley come in power under with his administration, pay off all them people for their house and land and still get them land for build house plus money. Now the airport could go ahead. He promised you a marina for years, He's a little boy, I'm 58 years old. Since I was a little boy, I hear talking about the hospital in Roxborough. Roxborough, your hospital. Look so long they wanted a police station, they get it in Roxborough. Look so long they want the administrative building in Roxborough, they have it. Look so long they wanted a proper playing field, they have this stadium. Look so long they wanted the fire service to be upgraded. When you watch it fast, you believe that I don't know what they hate all so they were hating because it means something good for us. When he came in power, he had no ferry. In 3 months time, the ferry they break down. And he's stepping personally and say, hey, what happened? I forget new ferry. Up again, 2, 3 new ferry, 3 new ferry. To help my God, to Uncle Rowley. So because you do good, why they hate you so? PDP people and them, listen now. Listen, if not all your daughter or all his sister in which you have assault like that, will you all have supported him? Or you have no morality at all. All people tell you, show me your friends, and I will tell you who you are. And if you are associated with what you associate with the UNC, show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. All of them before the court, they have something in common. And it has a lot of support. Come on, Tobago. Let me check with yourself internationally. How we going to look internationally if he lost a case and been convicted? It's 10 and 12 and strokes. He will be getting to people. Are you understanding, mate? Have a nice day, Mr. Dominic especially. Mr. Bruce, we respect you better. I can't understand what's going on. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Go to the head of the class there, caller. That man has the makings of a titan, Bruce.
Yes, of course.
You see how we rattle up all the things that the PNM did and stuff. But before I take the next call, let me just make this point quickly, right? The gentleman who called and he said, he don't care about the promises that Watson Duke make, but he voted for PDP. And I would have raised this question with Mr. Jack, the issue that people are saying they want change and so on. But people are not articulating why they're voting for the PDP. And I tell them, well, okay, I expect that we're going to see a difference, we're going to see improvement in Tobago because the PDP will do X, Y, and Z. So it says to me that the impetus for voting for the PDP has nothing to do with what the PDP can offer. It's just some issue that they have with the PNM, right? But I would remind people, Tobagonians have always been held to a higher standard than Trinis, right? They've been seen as persons of integrity and so on. The 3 members of the executive of the PDP, which is Watson Duke, Fali Augustine, and Faith B. Israel. As I've said before, they have no executive. The PDP is a party of no. They have no constitution, no executive, no chairman, no vice chairman. They have no treasurer. They have no general secretary. They have no membership. They have no membership list, no bank account. They have nothing, right? And since they like no so much, I think we should continue to give them no. So when they come knocking on your door, when they come in your yard offering jerseys and hat and other trinkets, tell them no thanks. When they ask you for your vote, tell them no way. When it is that you go to the election on December 6th, when you go to the polls, right, give them no votes, ensure that they get no seats, and after December 6th, the PDP will be no more. But I am saying this, that these 3 people, just about 2 years ago, lied to you, right? When the question was asked where the money came from to launch the PDP at Magdalena, the $500,000 that was spent, all 3 members of the executive lied to you and told you that it was from contributions from the membership. Fali and Faith tell us about the one cocoa, this full basket, and that they collected money from the membership. Mr. Duke earlier on this year proved and showed the 2 of them, all 3 of them, to be liars, because he too, remember, told us that membership money earlier this year in one of his Facebook rants, when his ego got the better of him. Remember what he said? Then he confessed that the $500,000 was the money he took from PSA, right? If he was so convinced that this transaction was above board and there was nothing wrong with it, why did he lie in the first place? Why didn't he just come out and say to you all, this money was from my money that I took from the PSA for my pension, right? Since if it was all good. And why then did Faith and Fali, both of whom knowing that the PDP have no bank account, they had no fundraiser, and they weren't collecting money for the people, come and lie to you all and told you that it was one cocoa. If they will lie in small things, they will lie in big things. We are telling you, right? Be warned. If they can lie about something like that and they have never apologized about it, and you are telling me that these are the people that you want to govern the THA for the next 4 years, to manage billions of dollars, who will lie to you about 500,000. Well, if that is the case, the next time your child do something and they come and lie to you, don't beat them. Don't punish them. Give them a pat on the back, say well done, and reward them for lies. Because that's what you're doing by supporting Watson Duke, Fali, and Faith B. Israel. Right? Rewarding them for proving to be liars. Okay? I just wanted to put that on the table.
Caller, good morning.
Bruce.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. You don't have to do much better than that, because when you call this 4 6s and that is cell phone, I use it on my cell phone
to call you, and I remember it's a plan. So my money just going down the journey. I'm not using the Digicel. You understand me, Bruce? You'll have to do much better than that. You because look at how long you have me rolling, Bruce. I mean, this is money I'm paying for. You understand me, to get through to you all. You'll have to do much better than that, Bruce.
And this is the reason why I don't take calls and put them on hold. So let me put that out there right now. Okay, Dominic?
Yes.
This is the reason why. So it have people just be calling Sharon and telling Sharon that they can't get through. They don't know what's going on. When Bruce and Dominic they can't get through. And this is the reason why I do not take calls and put anybody on hold for that what just happened there. So it will never happen again. Right? It will never happen again. Guarantee that. Caller, good morning.
Hello?
Morning.
Good morning to you, Bruce.
Hey, Kingsley.
And good morning. Yes, and good morning to you, Dominic. Bruce, don't let them get effects. Morning. That's negative. Don't let them get effects, right? Everybody have their way, others operate on the program and take the calls. If they find it still on long, they can hang up the phone and go away. Why stay on the line and to make them kind of confusion and back and trying to make you look bad, Bruce. But I move on from that. What I call in the call to talk about this morning, because I don't mess with PNM business, right? And Dominic could interview, very good. But I am seeing a movement starting in this country. And I am disappointed about that movement. Because, yes, I have to speak about it whole week. Because, and I'll expose him this morning here. Because when the Prime Minister did invite certain Muslim people to the Prime Minister residence, that Muslim man was not invited. And he went up there. And he was embarrassed and get sent back. So I believe this man is holding grudge because he didn't get to go in the Prime Minister residence. Because the Prime Minister had a whole meeting with the Muslims and them Baka and all them went up there. And that man who fight for ISIS people to come back in our country didn't get the invitation to go there. He who are around the place today, lying to this country, saying that no mandatory vaccine save our children. Who say mandatory? Who forcing children in this country to take vaccine? Nobody. Who say mandatory? The place is opening back up. Today, it is your risk. It is your risk to go and do what you want and end up in ICU. It is up to you. I know I fully dose. And I'm being more careful now. I'm fully dose. But there's more bigger problems today to save our children. Because I see a video with school girls going in school and giving lap dance. So he not marching for that to save our children. Children picking up guns and knife and paint in their school bag and going to school. He don't want to march to save our children for that. He's lying. His agenda is to be in Parliament because we see a man walk with a coffin over this country by the name of Stephen Killians and end up in Parliament. Open some kind of group and then he was a minister in this country. So we are seeing the same pattern, the same with this candlelight vision or movement. It was to pull the page to get over 20,000 followers to be back in the politics again and watch young girls that have been killed over this country. Where is the candlelight movement? It was only for one person alone. Why are we doing our children this? I want to tell that Muslim man, stop it. They believe in God. Stop going around and spreading false information, saying that the people are forcing children to take the job in this country. Stop it. You have a grief. I will expose it because your grief is that you couldn't get to go in. The Prime Minister and say you hate doctor. Since after that, you on a campaign trail to destroy this country. Because I do not know if you love ISIS one and this country. I ask them questions. I do not know because this country peaceful. And you up and down the road with a handful of miserable people, I call them. And you know something? Look, children getting killed every day. Young boys, people who need Muslim faith, warring against Muslims. You as a Muslim leader, as an elderly, why ain't say save the Muslim children? Why ain't come around and go in the hotspot so-called Muslim community and stop the crime? I want to tell you this morning, stop it. I on your back and I will expose you because you cannot be lying to this country, lying to the world and say that's how the government have whispered in this country. There's mandatory vaccine. Whisper. You tell me that. It doesn't come out to know. Yes, save our children, save our children. Let our children go in school. Thank you very much. And Bruce, don't take them on Bruce because them supported a man who calling every day and cuss Dr. Rowdy by the man by leave it there. Because when leave it there calling and call Dr. Rowdy, what kind of names? That same individual that said, go leave it there, I love you. I like what you're saying.
Caller, good morning.
Uncle Bruce.
Hey.
Morning.
Mr. George, how you doing?
I'm good.
Nice,
Mommy,
nice.
Let me tell Mommy, leave Uncle Bruce alone. If you call in and you can't get you, all you have to do is cut off your phone. You can't blame Uncle Brucey for that. He's not supposed to monitor your call and all these sorts of things. They give us a privilege to call in, eh? So don't rough up Uncle Brucey for me, please. Uncle Dominic, I like you this morning. I like the interview with Mr. Joel Jack. And I ain't talking too much to Tobago people, you know. Tobago people need to understand what, I wonder if, I coming through echoing Uncle Brucey because
no, you're coming through good.
Right. Tobago people need to understand what is going on, you know. They're looking for everything free and easy, but they're going to get burned, you know. And I said the same thing, and I agree with Uncle Dominic, right? What is their manifesto? What is their plan? Where is their main office? Where is the PDP office that you could go and make a complaint or look for some thing? Nothing of this sort is in Tobago. They are just driving around and telling people foolishness that they will give $10 million and give this one $1,000 before Christmas and all sorts of foolishness. Right? The same promises they are making to people, even bigger promises. They are saying that the PNM giving people food card and giving them money. I don't know anything about PNM giving no money. Maybe the food card thing is something is in the air and wrong, whatever. I don't know. Because everybody have their own strategies of getting to people to get them to vote for them. But they are saying the same thing to the people that they go give them this, they go do this, they go do that. And the only reason why they want change in Tobago is because they want to get it free. That's all. Nobody don't want to work for anything here. Early morning work, you go to work for 4 o'clock, and by the time 5:30, 6 o'clock, you're home again. That's what they want. But I don't know what to say. I am just waiting until the election and see what's going to happen. Mr. Regis, let me call out to you. My phone updates itself and remove your name from a number, and I don't know your number. If you're listening, Mr. Regis, call me, and I'll be able to call you back because I'll get your number. Please, sir, do that for me. Uncle Brucey and Uncle Dominic, you all have a blessed day. Auntie Sharon, Tobago, listen up and do the right thing on the sick. The PNF is the way out.
Yeah, man. Caller, good morning.
A blessed morning, Mr. Bruce Boswin.
Morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Morning. All loyal listeners and callers, all who are on the live. You see, Duke's PDP spending PSA money in Tobago.
he cannot give account for the monies that is mismanaged in the PSA. And I think I hear this 10 million for every assemblyman in the Trinidad and Tobago elections sometime from the UNC when they wanted to give out 10 million to the 41 members. I think I hear that already, you know. So they're reading like if they're reading from the same script now, if you was watching, you know, Mr. Bruce and Dominic.
Yeah.
They're reading from the same script. And according to what you're saying, they have no management system within that PDP. According to them on the pavement also, them in the rumshop politics. And Fali, you and Miss Faith, only back in Duke, only want to see that he don't make a jail. But I showing you, as the case call, listening to Dominic, you know the court date for Mr. Duke to reach a court. I know you're going to tell me I don't know, because nobody in Trinidad and Tobago know about that. That under the carpet right now, if you was watching you. Right now is an election to win, so that I wouldn't be able to face any charges in the courts. Thank you very much.
Yeah, ma'am. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Brucey, morning, brother.
Morning.
Dominic, good morning. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Bruce, I tried not to call in this morning, but boy, you don't know why I'm vexed. I sat down here and I listened to some Tobagoans calling and what they are saying, regardless to what the PDP leader do, they're going to vote for him. I can't believe that these people mad, or they're blind, or whatever the case is. You see, some of these people, they want to eat fish every day, but they don't know how to catch a fish. Right? And especially I'm talking to the youths now. The PNM trying to teach people to fish, so they're going to get fish to eat for the rest of their life. But there are those who want to be handed a fish every day. And the day that fish ain't come, they starve. This is the impression again from these foolish people who trying to don't care what Mr. Duke do. They're going to vote for him. Total blindness. And I didn't say this yet. The same man who they want to vote for. He said they don't read, they don't watch TV, they don't listen to radio. They don't sound illiterate. And you still going to vote for a man like this? If a man could walk into a bank on the southern side of Independence Square, withdraw money from that bank and go on the northern side of Independence Square and deposit that money into that bank, money which is not his. It belongs to one of the biggest organizations in Trinidad and Tobago. What kind of person is? This is what he's going to do if, God forbid, that he get the opportunity to be the chief secretary. He's going to run the House of Assembly like a little parlor. And then they go realize that the biggest mistake they would ever make in their life. They say old people not get sense. It's the young people and them not get no sense at all. It seems like we may have to split their head and put sense into their head, you know. But if you split their head, they're going to die. So they wouldn't live to get that kind of sense. Bruce and Dominic, I'm appealing to Tobagoans, right thinking Tobagoans. On the 6th of December, from the race start at 6 a.m., vote with sense, vote for the PNM party. Do not stop the development that's taking place in Tobago right now. If we throw away this opportunity, it will not come back again. UNC people don't like Tobagonians. They are only behaving so because they want to get into Tobago. And another thing, they are on a revenge trail. From 2013 to now, it's still hurting them because of the 15-0 beating they get in 2015. Tobagonians, wake up. You young people, wake up and smell the coffee. Do not throw away your future. Go on.
Well said. So, guys, the word for today is life. I cherish my life and make the most of it. My life is mine for the making. I choose how to direct my energy, and I focus on how to prioritize my time. I expect good things to happen, but I'm not derailed if they don't. I look for whatever I can learn from my struggles. I apologize when warranted, and I stand up for myself when I need to. I seek to learn and grow from unwelcome experiences. I take time out for fun and simple pleasures daily. I treat my body like the temple it is by eating nutritious food and getting good exercise. When an exciting opportunity arises, I seize it. I commit to engaging in the sacred nature of the world, trusting that God within guides my steps, leading me to my most perfect life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long. Psalm 23:6. So guys, that's all the time we have for today. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours. And tomorrow, please God, I will be back here with the lovely Miss Sharon. Felix and Dominic will return on Thursday. So
you're up to the gym?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about healthy and sexy right now.
Hey.
It's long overdue. So
which gym is that?
Fitness, that is in Diego Martin, just as you're coming in Diego Martin before Starlight, right there. Yeah. And real nice.
Oh, okay. All right. Right.
Real nice.
I see that.
Yeah. So I finally get
nice. Well, enjoy it.
Yes, of course. So Dominic, as we say, ciao. Later, guys.
Christmas morning, Sandra Oma buy me parange. She say she want wine on Christmas time. Hey. Christmas morning, Sandra Oma buy me parange. She say she want wine on Christmas time.